pancakes, our quarter-pound 100% beef burger, or everyone's favorite, the Super Slim. Looking for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or late night starting at $5.99? At Denny's, it's diner time. Price and participation may vary. No substitutions.
Mercer Transportation would like to welcome all truck drivers back to their hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, or as we call it, Mercertown. That's right, Louisville is home to the Mid-America Trucking Show and Mercer Transportation, the owner-operator company with over 45 years in business. They know a thing or two about helping owner-operators succeed. If you're in town for Matt's, stop by their booth, number 19236, and ask about their Matt's sign-on bonus. That's Matt's booth, number 19236. Mercer will see you at Matt's.
Hey, truckers, it's time for today's roll haul. I'm hauling frozen pizzas.
I'm hauling dumbbells. Don't those whip. I'm hauling motion sensor plastic skeletons that jump out at you when you walk in front of them. Woo!
I'm hauling beans.
From hauling pizzas to plastic skeletons to beans. You can save when you get a Progressive Commercial truck insurance quote in as little as 5 minutes. Get a quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
Want to earn your CDL? Visit CDLTrainingGuide.com for a comprehensive listing of truck driver schools and CDL training facilities in the lower 48 states. CDLTrainingGuide.com makes your search for CDL training easy by helping you find the school that's right for you. Getting your CDL can literally take your career to new places. Visit CDLTrainingGuide.com today. That's CDLTrainingGuide.com to get started.
Sponsored by the Trucker Media Group.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A vigil at a church in Nashville after 6 people were shot and killed at a Christian school there yesterday. Police shot and killed the suspect, a former student. Correspondent Christian Benavides.
Among the dead are 3 students, all just 9 years old, identified as Evelyn Dykehouse, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney. Also 3 adults, custodian Mike Hill, substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, and head of school Catherine Coons.
I'm just so sad and heartbroken for the families that are impacted by this.
Police say that this was a planned and targeted attack, and that the suspect had detailed maps drawn out of the school surveillance and entry points.
Tragedy across the border from El Paso. Mexican officials say 39 people were killed in a fire at an immigration detention facility in Ciudad Juarez, 29 injured. Images from the scene show rows of bodies covered by silver sheets outside, along with ambulances, firefighters, and vans from a morgue. Death toll's been revised down to 21 in an EF4 tornado that flattened entire neighborhoods in Mississippi and Georgia. The American Red Cross's Sherry McKinney in Rolling Fork.
It looks like almost like a dump site, like when people had construction dump sites and they just dumped things. And that's what was left behind. It literally stormed some people's homes and shredded them.
CBS News has learned a member of Senator Rand Paul's staff, Phil Todd, was seriously injured when he was attacked as he left a restaurant in Washington. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
The victim suffered a punctured lung and possible internal brain bleeding. He is talking with police, and the 42-year-old man, Glenn Neal of D.C., is charged with a felony.
It may not be the best time to be a tourist in France. Striking workers blocking the Louvre and train tracks that serve one of Paris' main railway stations. But American Brittany Tate says she gets it.
We're all down for the cause. If you firmly believe that this will make some change, then there's plenty of other things we can see in Paris.
New wave of protests over President Macron's decision to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. There'll be a show in the sky tonight you won't want to miss. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Former Apollo astronaut Buzz Aldrin tweets that the planets plus the moon will all be visible in almost an arc shape as seen from the Earth. Astronomers think Venus, Mars, and Jupiter will be easier to see with the naked eye, while you'll probably need binoculars or a telescope for Mercury and Uranus.
S&P futures are down 6. Dow futures off 30. This is CBS News.
Streamline how you hire with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
It's only a solid distance. That little pause is a deduction.
Top tumblers help to stick the landing. Coach Jasmine. She's certified athletic trainers to find your balance.
Okay.
Wait, who's spotting the ball?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Be instantly connected with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you own a small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC.
Okay.
It's worth up to $26,000 for employees.
I like that.
You know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim. Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms that corporations use, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
Madonna's protesting policy in some Republican-led states.
Madonna's slamming laws banning drag shows in conservative states like Tennessee, where she just added more shows to her upcoming tour. Tennessee also recently banned gender-affirming care for
There's certain
transgender
things that
youth, which
excite
Madonna
certain
has
people,
called
and hey.
unacceptable and inhumane.
You get excited for friends.
Rita Pop has been a longtime activist for the LGBTQ community. Proceeds from her Nashville shows will go towards trans rights organizations. Tickets go on sale Friday. Most of her shows are already sold out. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
A breakup for
No,
Beyonce.
pretty good. But liberalism
Wall Street
puts a
Journal
tear
says the
with
singer is
everything.
parting ways with Adidas after years of lackluster sales for her Ivy Park clothing line. Their
We're all
contract was
getting
set to
whether
expire
you want them or
at the
not.
end of the
We're
year.
all
They decided to end it early after big losses in 2020.
Okay.
Deborah
Now, do that.
Rodriguez, CBS News.
They don't do it. But everyone is part of the whole.
We're all together in this.
That's right. And if somebody does something, like a wreck on Interstate 85, even if you're up in short order, will affect you. So what we do does affect everybody's interaction. And some effects are not so positive. Like when you think you're a girl, and you're not.
Live and let live.
I agree with you. But that's what we actually live to do. But you did make a great point.
The thing is, like, okay, I don't even
Okay, I'm leaving you alone.
No. Another group of babies have been shot, and people don't focus on it. That's the first time.
But it ain't just her. It hit whatever the hell it's called. It's last in these school shootings. Most of these kids are into this transgender, trans, or most of them been doing the shooting lately.
No.
Okay.
There's such thing, like America has not had, what, 30
That's true. We have. That's true. We have. Because the brothers shoot each other every night too. I get it.
CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and on.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month.
Free money.
We called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, Select Quote.
Then they got people in France that want to. We got France is finna go up in a tender smoke because people don't want to work much longer. They think they should, everybody should retire at 62.
1-800-656-1970. That's 1-800-656-1970. Select Quote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it,
That
that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network.
Probably do the fun thing.
Yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Did you know that colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in America and that it affects men and women equally? If you are 45 or older, Rump Shaker encourages you to talk to your doctor about screening options that are available. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and beatable, but early detection is the key. For more information, please visit us at www.rumpshakerinc.org. That's rumpshakerinc.org.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost, online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Rain and thunderstorms this morning into this afternoon, especially along and south of US 80, really south of a line from Selma to Montgomery to Tuskegee. Best chance of wet weather today. A few strong storms in South Alabama also possible. We'll dry out later into the afternoon. Tonight, much cooler lows down in the 40s as we are mostly cloudy. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. Upper 60s, mid 70s Thursday, plenty of sun, and low 80s Friday, mostly cloudy.
That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good as far as accidents go this Tuesday morning. No major problems or accidents. Maybe a little fog in the low-lying areas, and Emerald Mountain Toll Bridge is closed due to flooding on Dozier Road. Be advised there. You see something else giving you trouble, contact us. We'll pass that info along. Invisible Fence has indoor and outdoor systems. Not only do they help keep your pet safe, but they've got the perfect start training method that makes all the difference. Call Vicky at Invisible Fence, 265-2585. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. Severe weather swept through our state Sunday night into Monday morning, leaving behind debris and damage. And early reports from the National Weather Service show an EF2 tornado touchdown in Macon County near Millstead, an EF0 touchdown in Watauga County near the Prattville Country Club, and an EF1 traveled over 7 miles.
That's true. But
Selma police are investigating the shooting death of a 5-year-old. According to Crime Stoppers, it happened Saturday around noon near the Valley Creek apartment complex. Officers arrived, they found the child had been shot, and the 5-year-old died from poison. Lawmakers could look to renew the Alabama Jobs Act, which offers incentives for businesses that are here. It's a package of bills that has bipartisan support. One of those bills called Innovate Alabama will focus on small business support. Another will focus on tech startup companies. I'm Jasmine Williams with more.
I cannot believe
research shows that successful ad campaigns share 8 characteristics. Radio is the only local media option that delivers all 8 of them. Radio reaches your potential customers close to the point of purchase. It provides local consumer interactions with emotional connections that build trust and credibility for your business. Radio is unskippable and quick. We get your message out in 24 to 48 hours, and radio is very affordable. That's why radio consistently gives you the highest return on investment, and it's also why it should always be your base media buy. Research also confirms that marketing campaigns generate even higher returns, starting at a 19% lift when they are on more than one platform. That's why Cumulus offers a variety of effective digital solutions to enhance your base radio buy. At Cumulus, we are your one-stop shop to deliver a coordinated radio and digital campaign that will get your business results. Hi, I'm Sonia Thompson, and it's my job to get your business results on News Radio 1440. To learn more about how to get started, go to newsradio1440.com and click on Grow Your Business.
Hey, this is Joe.
Hey, Kathy from the Rustic Outlet at American Icon. We have a huge problem.
We have more inventory than the new warehouse.
So we must dump some inventory at up to 70% off.
This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 big days. We're having a huge warehouse inventory relinquishment sale.
Now bring the decision maker, tape measure, and trailer. These items won't last long at these low prices.
Check it out on Facebook or on our website.
Don't miss the biggest furniture sell-off the River Region has ever seen. Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and more.
At American Oak, we've overfilled our warehouse. We have a huge problem. There is more inventory than the newly built warehouse can hold. So we must dump some inventory at up to 70% off. This Thursday through Saturday, 3 big days, we're having a huge warehouse inventory relinquishment sale. Bring the decision maker, tape measure, and a trailer. These items won't last long at these low prices. Check it out on Facebook or buy on our website. It's first come, first available. Don't miss the biggest furniture sale the River Region has ever seen.
Morning to you.
And more.
This is Jeff Barenko with Chappie's Deli. And Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
My Good morning, Tim. Yes, Christine. Good morning. Down in North Carolina. How's the weather down there anyway?
Wait, it's coming in now. Holy cow.
Roll tide.
Listen to this. Chappie's
Although the tide got rolled, but that's okay. Still proud of the boys.
Chappie's has something for everyone. Taste the difference. Chappie's Deli has 4 convenient locations. But we have 5 locations. It's making mistakes. We don't need Chatterbox or whatever it's called to do a commercial. Listen to this. Visit Chappie's Deli today and see Mike Costanza. Wait, now what's this called? Chat GPT? Give me that. We're really onto something here. Oh, brother. Folks, come out and chat with us at Chappie's Deli, Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Baptist South, Prattville, and all.
Hey folks, this is Major Delay. Not too long ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, few things are as important as the health of my teeth. First order of business, have your feet checked by a podiatrist. Without hesitation, I told my doctor, I'm going to Dr. Brian Kelly with Greenville Foot Care. I went to his clinic on Winton Blunt behind Baptist East. The staff was friendly and professional. I was in and out in less than 30 minutes. And in that short span of time, with a few simple observations, Dr. Kelly shed light on 2 major issues I had had with my feet and ankles all my life. I was amazed. Not only was the checkup quick and easy, I felt comfortable and informed. He even recommended certain running shoes that better fit the structure of my feet. And your insurance even pays for annual visits to a podiatrist to better your health. No referral necessary for most insurance. Hey, walk, crawl, limp, roll, any way you can get there, but see Dr. Brian Kelly at Greenville Foot Care. Call for an appointment 334-265-7585 or check out greenvillefootcare.com.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, and here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, we find ourselves on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of us. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is March the 28th. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Stress to Peace. Our scripture insight today comes from Philippians 4 through 8. Philippians 4 and 6 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is March the 28th. It is a day that has never been. It is a day that once it's gone, you won't ever see it again. You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you don't. You don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, March the 28th, 2023, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've lived a while, no doubt you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, make sure that if tomorrow should be, whatever you do, make sure that if tomorrow should be, we'll be proud of what we have done with this day. Bishop Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard of which you live life, you'll always be successful. Or you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Never, ever quit. And no matter what happens on this day, March the 28th, 2023, you've made it to one more. No matter what happens, you just keep remembering. It is still, with all of its issues, with all of its unlived promises, it is still a great day to be alive. One more time on top of the ground. Good morning to you. Stress to peace. That's our daily bread for this day, March the 28th, 2023.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Stress to Peace, was written by Katira Patton. Moving ranks as one of the biggest stressors in life. We moved to our current home after I'd lived in my previous one for nearly 20 years. I'd lived alone in that first home for 8 years before I got married. Then, my husband moved in, along with all his things. Later, we added a child, and that meant even more stuff. Our moving day to the new house wasn't without incident. 5 minutes before the movers arrived, I was still finishing up a book manuscript, and the new home had several sets of stairs, so it took double the time and twice as many movers as planned. But I wasn't feeling stressed out about the events of that day. Then it hit me. I'd spent many hours finishing writing a book, one chock full with scripture and biblical concepts. By God's grace, I'd been poring over the Bible, praying and writing to meet my deadline. So, I believe the key was my immersion in scripture and in prayer. Paul wrote in Philippians 4, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." When we pray and rejoice in God, we refocus our mind from the problem to our provider. We may be asking God to help us with a stressor, but we're also connecting with Him, which can provide a peace which transcends all understanding. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 8. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Let's pray. Provider and protector, help us give all our concerns over to you. Fill us with your peace as we navigate our lives, and help us trust you to meet even our deepest needs. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Tony Collier, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine, people. Time to get up. Time to get up. Let's roll.
We go all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day, we run to the sun, no sweat, not yet, down in the mess hall,
Oh, get it down.
down in the mess hall on my knees, we got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Sorry about that. You know darn well that you can't eat that.
You know darn well that you can't eat that.
Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way.
When I was young, I always wanted to be
in the 82nd Airborne, knees in the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Now you guys do know that I'm an alumnus of that prestigious organization, don't you? 82nd Airborne. Oh yeah. I'm the man. Okay. I just want to tell you one more time.
one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Come on now.
All the way, airborne, all the way.
Something good about standing in the door of an aircraft. Listening to the wind, baby. Knowing you got to go out there and meet it. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. All right then. Time to ride, shine. Time to get up. Now it's time for PT, baby. Got to do the run. Got to do the run. So, Sergeant Smith, take care of that. Oh, everybody. My name on the dotted line. All I do is overtime. Come on now. Oh, up the hill. Oh, 130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, no, up got the shuffle to the door. And jump right out and count to 4. Oh yeah. I'm feeling it. I got it. Main don't open wide. I got a reserve by my side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And if that one should fail me too, look out below, cause I'm coming through. Oh yeah. Hey, every day. Say all the way. On the O-drop zone. Box me up and send me home. Pin my wings upon my chest. And tell my girl I did my best. Woo! Is it over yet? Hey, every day. Hey, every day. Woo! Woo! Okay. And now, we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. And a special shout out to those soldiers of the sky, United States Army Airborne. Oh, yeah. That's the fraternity I belong to, baby. That's the one I belong to. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all riding your hand all up in the sky like you're doing something. Get in that big iron bird out there. Let's see what you can do then. Mm-hmm. And let me say good morning to all the folks in Montgomery, Alabama that get up this time of morning, get out there trying to hit it, trying to get it, make things happen, make a difference in your community. The Montgomery Police Department, good morning, guys, and Chief Darrell Albert. Good job on getting some of them crimes crooks, but you can't stop crime, can you? No. Oh, well. Also, good morning to the Sheriff Department, Derek Cunningham. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Good morning to the mayor, the great city of Montgomery. Stephen L. Reed. I miss anybody? Oh, good morning to Aaliyah, Alabama Law Enforcement, and to my good friends out on the National Guard base out there. Went out there today, spent a little time with those guys, having a great time, and a great bunch of young folks still out there. I tell you, it does my heart well to see that young people willing to still serve their country. Good morning to you. I miss anybody? Ambulance drivers, yeah. If you see me, yeah, resuscitate. I ain't quitting. And good morning to all the folks in Montgomery that's on the Air Force base here. After all, this is an Air Force town, and you got to pay some homage here. Good morning. After all, the Air Force put air in airborne, so let us remember that. Okay, don't be making fun of them. They got the airplane drop stuff on you. Good morning to you guys out there. To my good friend, F-16, F-22 fighter pilot out there the other day. Had a good time out there. Went to the PX, went out there, have a great time. And so, hey, we need the Air Force like we need every other branch of service. Okay, I'm just saying. Although they do get to fly things. I'm trying to figure out, though, how do you learn how to fly an airplane without flying the airplane? I don't know. Above my pay grade. We call them jarheads. Their motto is Semper Fidelis. but they couldn't pronounce that. So we just broke it down to simplify. If you listen to this song this morning, you should be thanking the good Lord above and all his angels that you were born in this great country. We got a couple of issues. We're working on them, Lord. We're working on them. All righty then. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm feeling pretty good. Nobody asked me what I thought I'd tell you. Anyway, 6:32 in the morning. If you got to be somewhere by 7 o'clock, you got about 28 minutes by which to arrive. So you got plenty of time. Take your time. Don't be causing accidents on the road. It wasn't raining when I came in this morning. Matter of fact, the weather was quite well, as a matter of fact. Our prayers and hopes still go to all the folks in Mississippi and other places in Georgia and some parts of Alabama that just every year this thing happens where the nature does its thing, and so there are just some things in life we have to deal with. But if anybody now, don't be older people. Oh, that's me too. Don't be fooled by people coming to your house or send you phone calls that send us money, send us money. You make sure that these organizations are reputable, and you call the Chamber of Commerce or somebody just to make sure that you're not getting ripped off, because we all want to help. But let's help the right people. Let's not just help somebody who comes to the door and says, I'm from Mississippi. I'm with, okay, I don't believe most of that anyway, but always be willing to help, but don't be made a fool out of. That's all I can tell you, okay? When I say old folks, I mean people older than me. Okay, maybe some people like me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when you get old. Anyway, so let's take a break and we'll come back. You know what? There was an interesting survey that came out the other day that absolutely, I'm not surprised considering where we are in our society in America. It seems like we're not much of a thankful society anymore. We're more of a complaining society anymore. But anyway, we'll talk about that when we come back after we do the lessons of life and the word of the day, the legal word of the day. I mean, not the okay. So we'll come back right after some of these things, and so y'all know, hang loose, okay? We'll be back.
Morning. Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print their advertising and families and posters when you're doing something. Visit Staples.com like we did for you.
If you have over $10,000 in credit card debt and feel overwhelmed, we're ready to help. We're credit associates, and we help tens of thousands of people who are hardworking, freedom-loving folks who need assistance getting out of depression. Credit associates have the capability to learn you to reduce your total credit card debt by up to half and become debt-free in a fraction of the time. Credit Call 800-833-7563. 800-833-7563. Or text NEWS to 62500. I know how you can help cut your debt in half by calling 800-833-7563 or text NEWS to 62500.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CULUSBoost.com. Real human industry every step of the way. Every field behind the scenes. Confirming and public marketing with the rest that everything is on track. If there's a problem, call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at easycaters.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important. It's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, it is 6:41 in the morning. Now it is time for the lessons of life and the legal word of the day. Well, this is my attempt to, brother, when he's down underneath all that string of being in jail, to understand some of the lingo that these lawyers are using, trying to fool the brother, trying to make me think a deal's a deal when it ain't not really a deal sometimes. But that's okay. I'm not a lawyer. Don't play one on the radio. I let Nicky McDermott come do that for me. But I can read. I know some people think not so well, but I get by. I get by. I finished school, so we get. All right then. So good morning to you. How you doing? What's everybody doing? 6:42 in the morning. Okay. The legal word of the day, what we call the Lima Whiskey Oscar Delta word. The word of the day is an interesting word because I know you've heard it all the time. I don't quite get how they make law like this, but they do. Anyway, it's called precedent. Precedent. Now, what is precedent? You'll hear this in courtrooms across the nation and things of that nature. Precedent, a court decision in an earlier case with facts and law similar to a dispute currently before the court. Precedent will ordinarily govern the decision of later similar cases, unless a party can show that it was wrongly decided or that it is different in some significant way. Some precedent is binding, meaning that it must be followed. Other precedents need not be followed by the court, but can be considered influential. And this is one of the things that, so basically, courts can make law by setting precedent, like Roe versus Wade. Really? There's nothing in the Constitution that says anything about killing folks. As a matter of fact, the Declaration of Independence says for all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and amongst them, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You would think that's the precedent that they would use, but they didn't. They just got it all backwards, think, we have a right to kill our children. Well, it set precedent, but the Supreme Court finally, somebody up there finally said, whoa, time out here, after 50 years of killing the children. So, so precedent is not necessarily a good thing. It just depends on, so you just make sure that you don't let them railroad you down. Okay? All right, then. The lesson of life. Now, here's something that is interesting. I think most of you guys can understand. And I think you'll understand that this is an absolute truism. Whether you like it or not, it is true. And simply put, you never stop learning, whether you want to or not. Okay? Life never stops teaching you either. But here's where the mix-up is in our lives sometimes. You never stop learning in life. Okay? Whether you want to or not. Because life never stops teaching. Your responsibility is to understand the lessons of life. Okay? That's the responsibility. That is your charge. To understand the things you learn along the way. Okay? You can keep hitting your head against a brick wall, and if you think the brick wall is somehow going to give way for your head does, you haven't learned enough. Okay? So you never stop learning in life, whether you want to or not, because life never stops teaching you. Your responsibility is to understand the lesson. of life, which is what this segment is all about, lessons of life. All right, it is March the 28th. It is the 87th day of this year. It was on this year in 1979 that America's worst commercial nuclear accident occurred. There was a partial meltdown inside Unit 2 reactor at the 3 Mile Island plant near Middleton, Pennsylvania. 1797 on this date, Nathaniel Briggs of New Hampshire received a patent for a washing machine. Until then, we were a washing machine. In 1898, the U.S. Supreme Court in the United States versus Wong Kim Art ruled 62 that Wong, who was born in the United States to Chinese immigrants, was an American citizen, which makes sense to me. Hey, you're born over here, that's where you are. You're an American citizen. I don't know why we're trying to change that. 1930, the names of the Turkish cities in Constantinople and Ankara were changed to Istanbul and Ankara, close to it. 1941, the novelist and critic Virginia Woolf, 59 years old, drowned herself near her home in Lewes, East Sussex, England. She did that. 1942, during World War II, British naval forces staged a successful raid on the Nazi-occupied French port of Saint Nazaire and Operation Chariot, destroying the only dry dock in the Atlantic coast capable of repairing a German battleship. 1969 was the year the 34th President of the United States, Dwight David Eisenhower, died in Washington, D.C. at the age of 78. 1978, in Stump versus Sparkman, a U.S. Supreme Court upheld 5-3 that the judicial immunity of an Indiana judge against a lawsuit brought by a young woman who had been ordered sterilized by the judge when she was a teenager. Okay. Well, 5-3, yeah. Well, then, let me read that again. 1978, the Stump versus Sparkman, U.S. Supreme Court. Okay, they upheld 5-3 the judicial immunity of an Indiana judge. Okay, so I know sterilizing, huh? Okay, then. 1990, President George H.W. Bush presented the Congressional Gold Medal to the widow of the U.S. Olympic legend, Mr. Jesse Owens. 1999, well, let's get that credit way too late, aren't we? 1999, NATO broadened its attacks on Yugoslavia to target Serb military forces in Kosovo. In the fifth straight night of airstrikes, thousands of refugees flooded into Albania and Macedonia from Kosovo. The year was 2003. American-led forces in Iraq dropped 1,000-pound bombs on Republican Guard units guarding the gates of Baghdad and battled for control of these strategic cities. President George W. Bush warned of future sacrifice ahead in the face of unexpectedly fierce fighting. In 2005, the Colorado Supreme Court threw out the death penalty of a rape and murder case because 5 of the trial jurors had consulted the Bible and quoted scripture during deliberation. Really? The U.S. Supreme Court refused to consider reinstating the death penalty sentence to Robert Harlan, who ended up being resentenced to life in prison for the murder of cocktail waitress Rhonda Maloney. In 2017 was the year Wells Fargo said it would pay $110 million to settle a class action lawsuit over as many as 2 million accounts its employees opened for customers without getting their permission. I wish they put some money in it without putting in my permission. It's my account number. I'm just saying. 10 years ago, well, about 10, 14 years ago, in fears in Fargo, North Dakota, of a catastrophic flood eased with word that the surging Red River had crested at lower than expected levels. Nearly 4,000 cities and towns in 88 countries switched off non-essential lights for 8 hours, for Earth Hour, to highlight the threat of climate change. Right, okay, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. You got to be a fool to do this. Yeah. Thousands of people marched to European cities to demand jobs. And while y'all marching, you probably could have had a job. I'm just saying, you're marching up down the street, go to work.
That's what I'm saying. Economic justice and environmental accountability. But some of that environmental accountability means that you won't have a job. Shuttle Discovery and its crew of 7 returned to Earth, ending a 13-day voyage to install a pair of solar wings on the International Space Station. Film composer Maurice Jarre, 84, died in Malibu, California. And it was 9 years ago that Russian President Vladimir Putin called President Barack Obama to discuss a solution to the crisis in Ukraine. So this Ukraine thing has been with us for a while. Been with us for a while. 5 years ago, President Donald Trump fired Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin and nominated White House Dr. Ronnie Jackson to replace him. Okay? All right, then. So, let me see what else is going on. Oh, hold on. I got a call. Okay. Let's see, I got a guest coming up here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk to him in a second since I get that. I think these folks texting us. I did something I could have opened the door from up here so I don't have to run downstairs. But oh no, we can't do that. Gotta make a brother run downstairs. See, if my name was whatever that guy on the what's the name of that the guy always cussing on the radio. Anyway, hey, we'll get it done. Okay, I'll be down there. Johnny, hold on. Somebody tell me, hold on. I'm on the air right now. I'll be down there in a little bit, in top of the hour. So let him in. Okay, I'll just say. All right. It is also certain national days today that I want to tell you guys about. Okay, let me find this thing. Let me find this thing right here. This is probably better way to get it right. Answer the phone, open the doors. That's okay though. Only special people are capable of doing that, and I want to. That's good. I can do it. Okay. Now, okay, so I got to go downstairs in a few minutes. I'm trying to find a phone number there. That's what I'm actually trying to do at this particular moment. Okay then. All right then. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right there. There we go. Right there. Okay, I got it. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. So I just gotta call the good judge and tell him I'm on the air right now and I can't come downstairs to the top of the hour. Okay, that's what I had to call to tell the judge. No, hey, you don't have to be up here. Don't come. You don't, because we don't. It is, but you don't got to be here at 7. You got to be here at like 10 after 7. Okay. All right. Okay. Appreciate it. All right. Anyway, obviously they're not listening when they come in. They're so anxious to get up there with the elder dogs until they just don't listen to it. Anyway, it's Respect Your Cat Day today. I don't really care about cats very much. I like rubbing them. They kind of soothe you. Other than that, though, you know, they say you don't own cats. Cats on you. Now, here's one I've got a little something I know a little bit about, but not as much as I thought I did. American Diabetes Alert Day. Learn how to assess your diabetes risk. They tell me I got. I finally figured out that I really do have it, though. I really do have it. I just didn't think I did. But now I understand. Diabetes can be something serious. So you know. I just now started taking the medicine. I mean, they told me 10 years ago. I said, but there are certain things that you have to take medicine for. So if you got diabetes, don't take it. You know, you can get heart attack, stroke from, and all kinds of things. So make sure you go to the doctor. You know, check out your weight. Don't drink too many. Don't drink too many sweets and all that stuff. Okay. Barnum and Bailey Day, but I'm not a doctor, so call your doctor or call Sankey, because that's the one let me know I had it. You know, my score when I went down there to the doctor place the first time, Representative Sankey, it was 750. Now, listen, anytime you got 750 score on anything, that's good. Except when you got your blood sugar is 750. That's probably, but you know what? The guy was looking at me like, well, how are you walking around? Because I'm a paratrooper, baby. Paratrooper, no pain, no gain. That's kind of stupid when you're sick. So get it checked out. Vitamin Bailey Day. Eat a Eskimo pie day today. National Amber Day. Make the most out of this special day to demonstrate how much you adore and respect amber, whatever an amber is. I thought that was something you make fires with. National Black Forest Cake Day. Okay, so now this is one of the few times that something that's black we want to celebrate. I'm good. I don't know what a Black Forest cake is, but if somebody could make me one, I would sure like to see what it tastes like. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, you might want to. Okay. Did you know the cake was originally a simple dessert with cream, cherry, chocolate, and alcohol? Okay, leave out the alcohol because I may not be very good at that. National Hot Tub Day. You know what hot tub day reminds me of? It reminds me of the AIDS epidemic came out in the 1980s or whenever that was. They get in the hot tub. National Ram Day. Ram is the most common name found in the Middle East and India. Okay, never heard of it. National Something on a Stick Day. Okay, there's nothing you can't get around. Most things on a stick that you eat is fun. National Triglycerides Day. Triglycerides level are important lipid compounds which provide us with energy, and they can be extremely detrimental. National Weed Appreciation Day. I don't think this means marijuana. I think this means weeds in general that belong to the ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem. I think it's not. Yeah. Surf. It is I gotta go. Surf Emancipation Day. That's when all of us poor people out here who just work for a living, working for the man. We should give him an appreciation day. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, okay. So most of us don't know what it's like being rich, but most of us have a little bit. We know about being a surf. Right? I've been a surfer a long time. Yes, I have been. All right. So I gotta go downstairs. Judge Johnny Hardwick is going to join us in a little bit here. So we'll see what he got to say this morning. Although he did save me for last. I guess he wanted to have the greatest for last. I forgive him. We'll be back. Momento. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco momento. Hang on. We'll be back.
USFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Carolyn Williams of WSFA 12 News. What's happening? Well, dear weather, let's say Sunday night and Monday morning, leaving this morning to come out and doing this. So, we have two scenarios. You can do this one, you have zero. Some of the police are investigating the 60 deaths. Law makes us feel to remove the energy.
The home of the Bill Shapiro Show and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, the Trio's media station. This is the CBS World News Roundup, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
It's our worst day.
Our worst day. How Nashville Mayor Don Cooper describes a shooting that killed 3 students and 3 adults at the Covenant Christian School. Cooper tells CBS Mornings he's seen police body cam footage of the incident.
And it's extremely compelling situation in the gunfire. There's a lot of gunfire. The shooter clearly has established a tactical position, and one of them was able to take it out.
On Chris Fox in Nashville, the shooter, Aubrey Hale, reached out to a middle school friend, Adriana Patton, just prior to the shooting with a series of text messages. So, I'm planning to die today. You'll probably hear about me on the news. Patton responded, "You have so much more life to live." Hale replied, "I'm not trying to upset you or get attention. I just need to die."
Police shot and killed the suspect, identified as a 28-year-old former student. Mexican officials are reporting one of the deadliest incidents ever at a migrant detention center. They say 39 people were killed in a fire at a facility in Ciudad Juarez. KDBC TV's Ariana Parra is at the border in El Paso.
At this time, it is unclear how the fire started, but reports say that Mexico's Attorney General's office has launched an inquiry and has investigators at the scene. As of now, authorities have not yet released any of the victims' nationalities.
A terror crackdown in Belgium. Correspondent Vicky Barker is at the foreign desk. The specialist police team swooped in overnight, raiding homes in 8 Belgian towns and arresting 8 people. They say at least 2 of the suspects were actively planning terror attacks on as yet unknown targets, but the suspects' motive and ideology haven't yet been revealed. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's opening an investigation into 50,000 Tesla Model X SUVs after 2 complaints about front seat belts that failed when EVs were in motion. The NTSB says neither incident involved a collision. Lawmakers in California have approved a bill that includes penalties for companies that pump up gas prices. KOVR TV Shanti Passmore is in Sacramento.
It would mean more power to collect data from oil companies while allowing the agency to pose a penalty for any price gouging. While the governor is expected to sign the legislation, drivers are warned, don't think prices will start falling quickly.
Look who's back for the women's Final Four for the 3rd year in a row. South Carolina beat second seed Maryland 86-75 on ESPN as the unbeaten Gamecocks go for a perfect season. Virginia Tech, Iowa, LSU all qualified too. This is CBS News.
Now, I gotta do you like they did the mayor. I'm telling you, you're on Facebook Live, so don't let you you don't nobody here. Not right now. Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah, as I said, I'm on Facebook Live. Yeah. God to the people. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, okay. They really can't see you. They're just here. Yeah, in the corner. All right, you want a cup of water? Yeah, we do.
Sponsor job.
Small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC. How it's worth up to $26,000 per employee, how easy it is. You know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim. But Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms the corporation's using, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
There's free food for kids in the Southwest.
All students in New Mexico can get free meals at school, regardless of their family income. We are signed legislation for the program that will help families struggling with high food prices and also fill the gap left by federal pandemic-era benefit programs. Over $4 million will go towards the initiative. It includes a free breakfast and or lunch throughout the school year. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Wall Street Journal's reporting a bipartisan group of lawmakers in Washington will introduce legislation to designate a horse-entitled tranquilizer as a controlled substance for humans. They say dealers have been adding xylazine or trank to the fentanyl supply at an alarming pace. Costs and lengthen the hunt for users. The overdose reversal drug naloxone that offsets opioids, including fentanyl, doesn't work when it's mixed with trank, which can also cause severe wounds and loss of limbs. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Reliable. This is what customers are saying about Janny Clean. From office buildings to school, care facilities, and stadiums, local franchise provide the same quality clean at every level. Let us provide an experience to work for you. Go to JannyKingCleans.com now. JANIBING Cleans.com. Franchise opportunities also available at JannyKingCleans.com.
All right, Christian Care Ministry. Things cost less. The people are happier. That's what I think we look into. And that's maybe switching to Medicare, paper healthcare, savings, like 500 weeks. And it's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch to customer satisfaction rate for Medicare is double than the typical health insurance plan. Medicare works since 1990, a quarter century, and we've shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. What we tell huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can see it might get better. That's a big happy, taking care of your health care. So if you're one way or part of the gig economy, you just want to plan in practice. You can right now, I can price in 2 months. Very, very small use of 2 months. Here's the number you need: 8551 Bible. That's 855 51 51 Bible.
But it takes experience. Yeah.
You went to the military, you know nobody.
Well, that's true.
You're supposed to know probably longer.
Yeah.
Right? When they talk about the guns, you ain't available.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we got this. We got
Then it's the philosophy that seems to be a little. There's some principles of leadership that regardless whether you manage at McDonald's or manage at the court, there's some principles of leadership that must be evident in order to be a good leader. And we seem to throw some of those principles to the wolves in favor of my buddy or in favor of, I know he may not know the job, but he'll learn it when he get here. So I don't know.
And then, come on, everybody better have nothing to buddies out. We just haven't learned the art of helping our buddies out.
Although we haven't learned how to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we picked the wrong buddy.
Because I don't, everybody said, well, nepotism. I don't have a problem with nepotism as long as that nephew knows what he's doing. I just don't have a problem. Right. Pick a buddy that can do something.
Right. He's a Morehouse.
And they say they're going to take over the world.
You know they say that Morehouse.
Yeah, you can tell them something, you can't tell them much.
Yeah. That's but some system thoughts.
Yeah. But for the most part, I think I don't
can't do it by himself.
Yeah,
you got to be able to charge good talent.
And I don't normally vote for Democrats. I vote for him. And let me tell you what y'all party is today.
Let me tell you something.
That's true. But y'all really close to being first. And they took 15,000 votes on that Sabrina Martin thing and Fernando Morgan that I voted for and threw it in the garbage. And I'm telling you, somebody should sue somebody for that.
They know if doing that.
But it's if I did it or you did it, somebody go to jail. So how come the party can do what I can't do? They threw 15,000 votes in the garbage. That ain't American.
You can't do that.
But they listen. She ran for a year. She ran for a whole year. But we don't have no dishonest. Wait a minute. You don't think throwing 14,000 votes is a little dishonest?
Yeah, but the system allows.
Oh, so the system allows the party to do it, but not me.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think that's some logic?
You only think you won't go away.
That's what I'm talking about. And they threw my vote away. So Fernando Morgan got screwed, glued, and tattooed. How the hell could you be the only other guy on the ballot? And then they put a woman on there who never ran, and now she's a judge because she knew she was going to get the votes for y'all vote all Democrats straight ticket.
That's a little problem with it.
Yeah.
But not Fernando.
But he ran. But he still ran. He paid the money.
Who knew how to do that?
Yeah.
Well, to do that.
But you're a lawyer. All lawyers don't know.
As long as lawyers learn to go
All I know is that if I had the money, I'd assume somebody to throw my vote away. And that's exactly what they did. 14,000 of them. And unfortunately, poor Democrats don't know much. Not really. But he was the most qualified of those two. Exactly. But that's okay. It ain't his job to. It's the party's job to. That's good. But Americans ever ought to have a problem with a country throwing away 14,000 votes. When our boys are overseas now, are getting shot at, so other people can vote. And you're gonna take mine and throw it away? Yeah, I got a problem with that. That ain't America. That's not what we go in Afghanistan, making people put their thumb on something so they can vote.
No. Look at the folks in Georgia.
Oh, wait.
And look at the folks in Israel. That could be anything. Them folks.
All right, welcome in, everybody. Our guest this morning is the Honorable Judge Johnny Hardwick, who is the presiding judge, I believe, over the 15th Judicial District or something like that. Am I right? Is that what it's called? Circuit. What's different?
A wider area.
Okay. Greater responsibility. Okay. Greater responsibility. Okay. You know, the part of the course, I keep doing these legal words of the day, everyone. So help a brother when he gets down and know what y'all talking about. And the word precedent came up today. Now, precedent, although it can be used in a current trial, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. If anything is different, or there's some reasonable differences in the other case that set the precedent.
So we say that the police has to go on for
Okay, that's what they say. It can be influential. Okay, anyway, you can come and talk about that nowhere. But I don't play a lawyer on the radio. I'll let you do that. The law should be to the point where I can understand it. It should be that. Anyway, Judge Johnny Hardwick is here. You hardly ever see these judges, so let's take the opportunity and talk to one that's here. But you got something going on, Judge Hardwick, and what is that?
We have a project. We got some big fortunate to technical assistance project researcher, technician, scholars, and we try. So we've been studying that. Trying to get this country basically we accused of
Of course, they do arrest you first. So that's a kind of a backwards kind of philosophy since it's really not used that way. But yeah,
certainly you can use it. That's part of the accusatory concept.
Right.
You should also be
But isn't that a problem? Look at us today right here. 22 murders. Some of those folks who did some of this crime were in jail, and a couple of them out on bond already.
Yeah.
So where's the safety for the community in that philosophy?
With identity. Somebody didn't notice that.
I take my chance with them. The guy who's done it a couple of times don't need me off the street.
We're trying to make more informed decisions and judges more information to make decisions to release everything.
But don't you have that decision-making process now?
Yes, but the system moves so quickly with sometimes to make it true. So we're trying to develop just as well. It's all about being
So you
knowing what you're looking at.
right. So you have a person that you're pretty sure that the information in front of you is correct, or at least to the best of your knowledge, and it still goes out. I mean, my
Let me
God.
say this to you,
Yeah.
and I can't talk about
Right. Specific case. Right.
it, but I have experience over my 40
Mm-hmm.
where no one person in the judicial system shares all the responsibilities when it comes to making decisions that needs. The arresting officer plays a role in that. The prosecutor plays a role in that. The magistrate plays a role in that. So I'm the magistrate. You bring some facts, but they're not complete facts. What am I making my decision?
Although it does seem that everybody gets to play a role in this except me. It's this.
Yes, sometimes the system, a person may be accused of committing civil crimes. Well, it may be that each one of those crimes are looked at separately, and the entire thing is not looked at the time before the decision is made.
I follow you, but you know, with all the killing, with all the robbing, with all the shooting, we really don't have a hell of a lot of patience with these people, the repeat offenders.
Okay, but I just think system that I would say it depends on who's out. If you are the person who's arrested,
Yeah, well, yeah, we know that. Yeah, we go out our way to give them the full time. But
I'm just saying now, if you're the victim, of course, you're the
let me ask you,
extreme of that.
let me ask you a question, Judge. One of my problems with our current legal system, with our current environment, which we are trying to survive in now, is that we tend to make a bunch of excuses for people's behavior. The consequence no longer seems to fit the crime, at least not immediately. But at some point, after 30 years, okay, I mean, you get the death penalty. Oh, hey, 30 years, I got 30, what's telling me I got 30 years left. Okay, I'm just, there's no immediacy to me with the consequence part of this process, because every day.
I've seen instances that people have been charged and the language from there to be found like this. I said, where is the ethical?
Well, it is. I hear what you're saying, and I do think people. We need bigger jails. Sure they are. And now I would agree with this.
I mean, what does it take to have a system?
I think putting people in jail for marijuana is a stupid thing to do. So there is legal damn near everywhere in the world right now. So putting them in jail for marijuana, get rid of some of that drug. If a guy wants to sell me some drugs and I want to buy it, that's America.
And that's one of the things we're looking at with this pretrial research is that we should treat all amounts
like a tragedy.
Exactly. What you do with that You sign it saying that you're wanted to invest.
You broke your promise.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure you'll be able to get it.
okay.
But
So
I certainly agree.
so you're going to Atlanta?
No, we're going to have this evening, 6 to 8, more public library.
Okay.
We want to hear from people who've been impacted by the illness, whether you're a victim or whether you're a descendant, or family member, or child.
But this, of course, is up to the legislature, not necessarily. You guys really won't be able to do much about it because your job is to carry out the law.
Well, we have.
Mm-hmm.
I grant you, but there are some things that we allow to do. So one of the things we allow to do is to make a release decision. Even with a knives one, it says that you crime should not entitled to bail until you have a hearing. Well, you have to have a hearing because this is the deadline in our system. Due process.
Yeah, so I understand that.
You can't take that out.
But does it ever come a time in history of mankind that enough is enough? Enough people shoot each other every day. I think we ought to get a little tougher than get a little easier.
How many going for a circle? You have any days of Wild Wild West?
Well, we're still doing that now. And we may need to keep doing that if this thing keeps going the way it is right now. But all the shoots, let's take a call to the judge. I guess the judge, Johnny Hardwick. Good morning, in there.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. How are you, sir? Yes. Well, I can't say right off the top of my head, but I will make a note of that. Look for that letter. Okay? Yeah, I'll look for it. I'm going to put Rosie in my phone. You said his name is Lorenzo. Yeah. Well, you've done a good job with that over the years. Well, why don't you do this, Reverend? You know, sheriff in charge of jail. I don't know. I'm saying, get with me and give me a list of your concerns. And, one of my responsibilities was to have the judge, the sheriff, the judge, the other judges, and so I'd be more than happy to listen to what you're going to say and see what we can do about it. Yes, certainly. Yes, right. That's right. That's right. Okay. And so, we still have the pretrial diversion program for us. the higher ups kind of found upon us doing that. And let me just say this to you too. The military has got very selective.
They changed their mind lately, like there ain't nobody coming in, so they need some more.
Well, I'm saying, but they don't want anybody forced it.
Yeah, that's true.
They will take a voluntary recruit. But then I'm saying there are a number of things that we are doing trying to help people who find themselves in trouble. And I'd be more than happy if you can share some of those things with you and see what you think about it.
Good morning, y'all there with Judge Johnny Hardwick. Good morning. Yes, that's you.
I can't comment if it's a current case. I can't comment on it, but I can give you the legal premise on this. I think on behalf of this case, we value life more than we value life.
Some people do.
I mean, that's the legal.
Yeah.
And so if your life is threatened, that's why they mentioned something about his home. That puts it in another category.
What about the castle doctor?
Well, yes. It's someone that's still in trouble.
That you spent your whole life trying to get.
Well, I mean, that can be replaced.
No, at a certain age, you can't replace it.
Well, we just value life. I can say it like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I'll say this.
It's going to cost you all your money and your house and your car, all the things you shot for money, but you won't have no more after you get done anyway. But freedom is more important than anything. Hey, appreciate the call. Like yesterday, Judge John Hardwick. Our numbers are 860-1440. Going to give us a call up there. There's going to be a meeting today. Is it today? Yes. Downtown, the public library. Another mission. Well, I can only say you never really take that in regard when you sentencing people.
Yes, we do.
Not my cousin.
We have victim impact statements.
Okay,
Original victims. Listen, and you can bring people to speak on your behalf.
Does it really make a difference?
If you would say.
I can live with that. I can live with that. Let me see what this is. I can understand that. Good morning, you're on air. Judge John Hardwick. Yes. Yes, it's a D. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Dr. Keith. That's what we strive to do, is to treat everybody fairly. Even one of my family slogans was earn but fair. So I try to live up to that. Dr. Keith, that's what we struggle with on our criminal doctors. I'm concerned who's a bad person versus a good person that makes mistakes. It takes a lot of time to try to do that. Yeah, and I thank you for what you do.
I appreciate it. And I must admit, now I hate to admit this with you, Democrat. I hate to admit it that I've been in front of His Honor once twice in my life, and I will admit at the time I didn't really understand something was going on, but you explained it to me, it made sense. Okay, so sometimes you just got to put on your big boy pants and deal with some things in life, especially when you're the cause of most of it. So that was good. Yeah, yeah, that was good. I only been in front of two judges, you and uh, Gaines, not Gaines, Whistler, is that his name? Whistler. Yeah, was it? Good guy, good folks. That was it. Right. I mean, they're gonna stick it to you. I mean, when you go to court, there's two things gonna happen. You either gonna win or you gonna lose. I mean, there's no in between unless you get something called a postponement, which means that you just postponing winning or losing. But you go this way, everybody comes out there ain't gonna be happy. Yeah, okay, well, I don't mind a little mercy every once in a while. Anyway, we'll be right back. Janet Hardwick, we got a meeting tonight. Tonight at the public library on High Street. Yeah, we'll be back right after this. I mean, but you don't want to be the president. No, I mean, she did say she got, and I mean, yeah, we didn't need her after it's done, too. I can't argue with that. Like you said, if it makes sense, if it makes sense. The problem is that the heat of the moment sometimes you don't quite get it, and that's why I think impartial opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you still committed a homicide.
Right.
You don't punish it as severely as you do. How long you want to do this?
You want to say eight?
Yeah.
I think I bunch of people want to talk to you.
Sometimes they talk about all these things.
No,
wrong with the business?
How you doing? All right. I saw they were doing. It was. I know they're doing something with the statue of St. Jude. I saw that in the paper. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, you and I got something in common.
Oh, yeah.
We both by the city blood. We Secretary Blood.
Oh, yeah. But I've been on a couple of boards. Yeah. Well, first of all, Secretary Board didn't have no authority. It's like the Parks and Recreation Board. I know nothing. So now I'm on the now today my first minute I'm asking what is our purpose? And I just want to know what I don't need my name on anything else, especially when it comes with a check. So we
need some thought.
I need something. You know, I need something.
I'm on the cemetery.
Yeah, I think I want to work tirelessly. I really got the recognition. I think he no, he ain't on the board now, so pretty much, you know, I'm still on record with the secretary, but
you know, we're not record being a member. Nobody else told me.
Yeah. We feel good to say we got our name on the paper.
You got to do that.
None of our people are complaining that we're looking at us. Yeah, but they ain't complaining.
I've been doing there.
I've been down here 21 years. Altogether about 30. How time's up.
Let's be the role
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know where I'm at. Just a 50 guy.
Well, we was kind of going down. Sometimes we go so a lot of people.
Remember Bowles? Yeah, man. Jacobs, Frank Jacobs, and so many people. Good morning, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Our guest this morning is what they call that position, presiding judge, Johnny Hardwick, who was the presiding judge of the 15th Judicial Circuit. And what areas does that cover?
That's in time on them. Some circuits that are multi-county circuits. Montgomery County is one. So
why does it seem that not Coosa County, Elmore County, and places like the rural county seem to have a different philosophy of law than in the city of Montgomery? We won't get into that right now. We'll hold out. But it does seem that there's a difference in legal philosophy in the city of Montgomery as opposed to other places surrounding it.
You mean in Montgomery County?
Montgomery County. Right. I mean, Montgomery County is a little different than the rural county. Yeah. Right. Supposedly. Supposedly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to make sense.
Right.
It's supposed to make sense.
Even alongside that,
that's because you ain't on the other side of the brush. The citizen. I got you.
All of the state.
Yeah.
All the states in the country.
Yeah.
And from place to place.
Yeah.
You can encounter different.
This thing, I know that's our problem. Good morning on there. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? No. Well, in an appropriate case, I could. I would certainly have to have some jurisdiction over this person in order to do that. Yeah. I just couldn't just categorically do that. Are you suggesting that he needs that time? Well, maybe you all should try an intervention with him.
Yeah.
If you all can convince him.
Well, sometimes I'm the only person within the city.
Yeah. Not that I know of right off the top of my head. It would take the agreement of the executive branch of government, the prosecution, between local government in this case, state government. But to have it automatic, I don't know. We're working on some things now to address that, whereby on some of these petty offenses that you're talking about, you can be handled like a traffic. You could get an opportunity to sign citation, agree to here in court. At least on your own cognizance. Uh, those are some of the tools we're trying to institute. We've got some movement on that. We've got some list of plans with law enforcement. We want to do that on county and city governments.
Let me take another call. Good morning, 7:44 in the morning. Good morning, who's this?
Good morning. Well, I guess they consider the alternative. All right, but listen, what you got to understand now, I guess you are a student of history, so you mentioned that. The abuse started way before black folks were in charge of these institutions. So it's an institution. Well, people are prosecuted for abuse. You have to get. Listen to me. Let me say this to you now. You got a district attorney who's prosecuting crime, and so it would be within his way to address some of that. Well, what are we trying? We're trying to make sure that on some petty offense, call them non-violent offense, that folks don't have to go through the rigmarole of being arrested, placed into jail, then having to go to bail, having to get out of jail. When the case is over, the sentence that you're going to receive sometimes is far less than the time you spend in jail pre-trial. And so, yeah. I can't necessarily see that scenario if you don't pick the case up and willing to look into it. But Well, I can't say categorically if it's fair or unfair. No, listen, I think this. People who crimes should have the right to be released from jail on some kind of condition. Well, well, I don't necessarily know. I don't think that the Capitol or Congress or Congressperson's office is the place that you'll walk around.
They do work for us.
Wait a minute, animal skin. Listen to it. Listen to that. Animal skin. Now, Kevin Evans not gonna let me come down here to his studio, raid around in my animal skin.
The camera, I would.
So, I'm in favor. Yes, just like you in favor of Second Amendment right to bear arms. I'm in favor of that.
And we know.
Listen,
We know you like it.
listen, I'm in favor of the Eighth Amendment. No.
Wait a minute, that's worse than that. The woman couldn't figure out what a woman was.
Listen, let me.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Listen,
No, appreciate it. I gotta go. I got this. I ain't got that. I got all day. Well, you can get over there. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Now, what if we find out that he didn't do it? I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Good morning. You on here? Yes.
good morning. Hey, Miss Irving, how are you doing? Okay. Well, certainly, we have a meeting with the officers about I'm the government. I'm just one branch. I'm just one branch. I'm just one branch of the government. Judicial branch. Yes, I'm particularly interested in that. I love to talk to you about it. It's not coming our way, man. No, man. We keep don't put us all in the same basket. Remember, I said I'm the judicial branch of government. Any awful money went to administrative office of courts. Handle that. Just come down from the circuit judge. Well, you can use your better judgment on that. No, ma'am, I can't run again. I'm aged out. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Medicaid.
Okay. Appreciate it. So what you're saying, you're the oldest scooter gone now.
About 2 days old.
Anyway, I guess it's Judge Hardwick tonight at the library on High Street. There'll be a listening meeting. They want to get you guys together and talk about um,
Your experience with
right,
Bill.
with bail and things of that nature. And starts at 6. So we got 6 o'clock, okay, 6 to 8, 2 hours. That means probably get out there about 9. Because you know how we roll. When we get there, we start talking, we can't be quiet. And don't come down there all mad what happened to little Leroy and all that stuff.
We don't roll like that.
It is 7:52 in the morning. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call? Judge Johnny Hardwick. The man is an aged out. Older is Cooter Spawn.
2 days old.
2 days old. Good point. Who's this? Yes, sir.
Good morning. You got 2 questions. Accomplice liability. We federate for each other's committed time with equal guilt. The police officer shooting one of your partners called the felony murder. And so the law has developed this theory that if you engage in a serious felony, somebody dies, you could be there to
I got you. Yeah. I just think I think it's.
Sometimes it's not for them to give you satisfaction.
Yeah. Police kill you. And the other guy, a 15-year-old child, although he was wrong at 15, we've all done things that are wrong. And I just don't see putting him in jail 30, 40 years when he didn't do it.
And I think some people have a problem with that. We just talked earlier about the number of murders that we
But
have.
at 15, we can't. A 15-year-old cannot buy a beer, cannot be a car. So we don't think he's responsible enough. Right. But he's not responsible enough.
A 15-year-old can take a life.
He can. But you can do that in the military at 17. Sure. I totally agree. Totally agree. I just think 15 years old is too young for a child.
Well, not necessarily. But first of all, we have to be certified as an adult.
Which is done by another adult. Which is done by an adult who's not 15. Well, again, I understand. I understand.
Your argument is real pretty.
Sure. That right. Not that. But again, though, 15, do we realize how young 15 is? You do stupid things at 15.
You have 15 years.
I got one at 16.
Yeah. 16-year-old taking down.
I'm gonna put on some pair of camouflage and take them out. But I'm not. Listen, I'm not in the system. I'm not part of that. I'm not part of the judicial system.
That's what we want to prevent.
Yeah, but 15 is just young. Sure they can. Whose fault is it? It's our fault. If a 15-year-old has an unmitigated gall to want to do a crime such as that robbery, it's our fault as a society.
You believe in the account?
And so whose fault is I'm sitting there?
Whose house you want?
Good morning, who's this? Okay then. Good morning, who's this? Good morning. It was a political grandstand.
Well, let me say this. Okay?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps it was political grandstanding on your side.
It was. But the citizens still have a right to go there.
No, listen. The people that you elected make the law. All right, said that in a public building that we all have a right to use, all right? That you can control the time, the place, and the manner in which those buildings are used. And climbing over fences, going, breaking out windows, and going through windows is not the.
Well, let me
That's
ask you.
not the way you enter the building.
Hey, man, I got one. But one more thing. Then why is it that when the police come to our house and knock our doors down and it's the wrong house, why don't they get jail time? Oh, it depends on whose house gets knocked down. I hear you. Judge, thank you for coming tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock to 8 at the library on High Street. So you go down there. Thank you. All right. So I gotta go. Yeah. We'll be back. One more hour to go with this. I gotta have 2 more hours of this. There you go. Huh? No, I think I would have made a good one, but I didn't have the mentality of doing that kind of thing. I wasn't
You didn't have patience. You got the mentality.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Police say the 28-year-old suspect in yesterday's mass shooting at a Christian school in Nashville was a former student who was shot and killed by police after gunning down 3 sixth graders and 3 adults. Police Chief John Drake from CBS Mornings devastated the entire community, including his men and women.
They weren't sure if they could do this anymore. That's just hearing kids out of the building. It was just a tough thing.
Reporter Chris Fox has more from Nashville.
A series of text messages sent by the school shooter, Audrey Hale, to a middle school friend just minutes before the killings found out that Hale was suicidal, needed to die, and that one day this will all make more sense. And something bad was about to happen. The friend called the Nashville Davidson County Sheriff, but it was too late. Flowers and stuffed animals now adorn the school campus entrance. Neighbor Curtis McDowell paid his respects.
My heart is breaking for these families, for our community, and for every Nashvilleian who has come here.
Officials in Mexico say at least 39 migrants have been killed in a fire at a facility in Ciudad Juarez. Correspondent Kathy McCormick has details on what we know so far.
It was a fire at a dormitory at a Mexican immigration detention center near the U.S. border. It's one of the deadliest incidents ever at such a center. Nearly 40 killed, 29 injured. Many were from Central and South America.
Officials in the U.S. South have revised the death toll down to 21 in a monster tornado that swept through parts of Georgia and Mississippi. Curtis Macon owns a business in Rolling Fork where entire neighborhoods were flattened.
My biggest concern that people are going to leave forever and don't come back because we are back in place.
If you live in Philadelphia, the city says you can safely drink or bathe in tap water there until midnight tomorrow after non-toxic chemicals leaked into the Delaware River Sunday. Mike Carroll is with the city water department.
We will continue to monitor water that's in the water treatment plant facility to guarantee that we do not get any contaminated water at any point in time.
Remember all of those jobs lost to outsourcing? CBS's Vicki Barker reports worse. We need yet to come. Goldman Sachs believes advances in artificial intelligence could spark a massive economic boom, but it's not clear who will benefit from that. The investment bank also predicts 300 million jobs now filled by humans could be lost to AI in the next decade. 63% of jobs in the U.S. could end up at least partially automated. CBS News. S&P futures are down 7, Dow futures off 38. This is CBS News.
Streamline how you hire with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credits. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of pay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employees who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's wetter than we thought on the moon. Chinese scientists say they found water on the moon in a sample of lunar dirt. Water was embedded in tiny glass beads that range in size from the width of a single hair to several hairs. Researchers say there are likely trillions of these water beads. A potential water resource in the future, more research is needed. NASA is paying attention. They want to send astronauts to the moon by the end of 2025. Jennifer Brown, CBS News. A Russian spacecraft has returned safely to Earth without the crew. It went up with Atlantic in Kazakhstan after it leaked coolant while it was attached to the International Space Station in December. Russia blamed a tiny meteorite for puncturing the external radiator. The Soyuz MS-22 capsule. Officials said it would have been too risky to bring NASA astronaut and 2 cosmonauts aboard that capsule back with it this month, originally planned. Now scheduled to spend a year in orbit. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, try to find a needle in the haystack. But with ZipRecruiter, its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of pay, ZipRecruiter finds you with the needle in the haystack. See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free.
Same thing doing sports world, same crap, different day.
ZipRecruiter.com/free. Montgomery, Prattville, and Columbus, Georgia. Matt Harsley here with Budget Card Book Sale. Is your nose running, your eyes burning, and feeling like your head's going to explode? I got your relief. It's my Budget Pollen Book.
Oh, happy
Online.com. After the end of March, $149 down. That'll dry you up with cash in your pocket. Eyes burning from those high payments on that trade-in. You can lower your payment by hundreds or more. I'm paying over $2,000, $3,000, and even $4,000 on the stock. That's on trade.
What's some trades, huh?
Then all credit. We'll be entirely national lenders like that one and local banking. Folks told us to say yes, and that's a yes to your credit history. Please don't in the past. But it's calling up and sale and soon. Don't miss it. We're going to be planning to go on online.com.
Are you the parent of Steve Samuel?
am hungry. I'm so hungry. I don't know what to do.
Sponsored by Agent Lane.
Oh,
Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on all the top HPT tools and games. Shop for more savings and bonus points offers during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Subject to change. Selection varies by location. Also, discounts and required purchase using Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points with interest.
One search engine is used by 9 out of 10 consumers. It begins with a G. And there are hundreds of things that go into being ranked highly by that G. Your website, your business profile, even your social account. Then you find yourself on page 7. You have the experts and resources to fix what's wrong and boost your visibility. So you fight higher than your competition. Get started today at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUSboost.com.
Yes, Sean Henley. Apparently, the year is wild this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
how time flies. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ray 601440. If you got something you want to say, disagree with me, that's okay if you disagree with me. I don't care. Matter of fact, I'd rather have you disagree with me. I don't want a yes man. Come on, maybe you may make me think of a perspective that I hadn't thought of. Good morning to you. 860-1440. You can now text me 274-3411. 274-3411. That's 334-274-3411. Okay, so now you can reach me out any way you want to. Also, I got a podcast actually. It's podbean.com, and you look for the Mayor Elkins podcast. So it is there. Matter of fact, I probably got a feeling with it. The radio station should give me free space someplace to do this. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope this day finds you well. Well, I know we probably haven't gotten an opportunity to talk about what happened at that school over there. It looked like, okay, now, what I'm about to say, it is in no way scientific. It's in no way scientific. Right? And not to blame it on people who have these medical conditions, but it does seem recently all these men who want to be girls have had some mental lapse. I just, look, everybody wants to be trans, which is no such thing as trans anything, but it's a political term used to accommodate people who want to be different. I'm good. That's what I think you are. Hey, fine. Because I can't just say they do it. Because we got some regular folks that are men who know they're men and like women like that, and they still do crazy things. So now, Melissa, who works for Mix 103, she's my current liberal up at the radio station. Love her to death. But she does give me a different perspective sometimes. So I said, okay, that's why you're on Mix 103, because Mix 103 is where the nice soft music is. Over here, this is verbal combat. Over here on this station, we take no prisoners. Okay, but every once in a while I lose a couple. It's rare, but it does happen. But anyway, that was a shame what happened. And why do people pick on? They seem to pick on places that don't mind using the word God, or churches and private schools who have a Christian atmosphere. Why is it okay? I guess the people it's okay to pick on people because of their belief system, but they don't want anybody to pick on them because of their belief system. Something's wrong with that picture. 860-14, before they go from right quick, to move it on something else. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. All right then, 860-1440. It seems preliminary data shows that at least two tornadoes hit central Alabama, making county severe weather structure the other night, and evidently they think that they've been touch tornadoes, two such tornadoes touched down that part of the country. 5-year-old fatally shot. Selma, Alabama. Police are asking for the public help in finding the shooting death of a 5-year-old. According to Crime Stoppers, the shooting took place on Saturday around 12:24 p.m. in the area of Dallas Avenue of the Valley Creek apartment complex. Where officers arrived, they found the child with a life-threatening gunshot wound. Now, there ought to be a special place, seriously, there ought to be a special place for people who hurt kids. I just, hurt kids and old folks. There ought to be a special place, a special execution for people who do that. I mean, that's terrible. 860-1440. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to give you some advice this morning. I mean, and take it for what it's worth. I'm just saying. You might want to take it for what it's worth, but if you're going to steal out of a store, okay, I'm just saying, if you're going to walk into a man's store and steal his merchandise, you might want to think twice about telling them that you can't catch it. Okay, I'm just saying. If you, I mean, obviously there's something mentally wrong with you. If you tell people that you're stealing, and then you tell them you'll never catch me stealing from the store. Well, there's a young lady in Las Vegas who did that, and she she got caught stealing, so they did catch her. I'm just saying. So you might, I mean, you got to be mentally ill to even suggest that people can't catch you stealing when they know you stealing. So right now, she in jail, and it looked like they beat the hell out of her. They beat her from the floor up to the toe up, from the toe up to the floor up. I mean, I'm just saying, you might not want to brag about stealing people's stuff. Okay, I'm just saying, you might not. Female shooter in Nashville. Well, first of all, it was a guy. So let's not make a female. If I'm why I'm so stuck on this? Because if I'm a woman, after going through all of the things that womanhood goes through, to have a guy that can claim that he's a woman, not going through any of the physical things that women go through in the changing of the body and all that stuff. I mean, I walk up to the guy and just slap him. Yeah, you a what? You a woman? What? I mean, I don't know. And for a woman, first of all, why would a woman want to claim to be a man? I don't get that one. But anyway, but women, you should take back your sexuality. You should take back and just any man that calls himself a woman and you know he's not a woman, you need to have a conversation with him. Okay, show him what it's like really to have to be a woman. Okay, I'm really women. And the funny thing about it, the Democratic Party and the Democrats always say, well, always want everybody to be, shall we say, acknowledged or respected for what they are. I'm good with that. But how are you going to respect somebody who's claiming to be what they're not? I'm just saying, ladies, you need to take it back. You need to take your womanhood back.
Okay, it's some stuff going to be a woman. I'm just telling you, ovaries and UTIs and all the kind of things y'all got to go through. You know, men always begging you for this and begging you for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but the one thing that a man don't have to worry about that causes of a woman, and nobody gonna be begging you for anything. I'm just saying, so you safe in that area. I'm just saying, women need to take their womanhood back. That's all I'm saying. Now, let me go to the phone right quick here. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a guy. It's a guy. Maybe they just didn't know. Yeah. Right. Trans female. Yeah. It ain't a woman. It's a guy. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay. Right. But they were wrong. Mm-hmm. It's a man who wanted to be a woman. Yeah. He wanted to be a woman. Yeah. Yeah. That's what he wants to be. It says trans female. That which means that they're really not a female. He's trying to become a female. Yeah. What's crazy about mm, yeah. No, we don't think that. But that's not up to the sheriff to decide that. That's up to the court system to decide that. To let them out and not let them out. I mean, that's not. No. All right. What's the guy's name? Yeah. Mm. Well, maybe maybe there's little they can do. I don't know. But you don't know if you can help them until you try. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. So. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. It's a library, so you can do that. Yeah. It's big. Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay, let me take one more call before I take a break. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, LT. What's up? Uh, isn't receivership when somebody else gets control of your stuff? Hmm. Right. So somebody else takes it over. Right. But haven't they tried that before? And yeah. Yeah, but it's going to take a lawyer to willing to take the case, and and most people in prison are part of that system. Don't have the money. Well, right. Mm. Me either, brother. Me. Yeah, because we can talk, but we really can't do it. Yeah. All righty then. You too. We'll be back. 860-1440 is the number here. Well, you call them, talk to whatever on the mind. I got a lot of things to talk about too. I'm still trying to figure out what the Montgomery Center is. There's a big thing about it on Alabama State yesterday. I'm just trying to figure what it is. I know what the word interpret means, but okay, talk about it.
Brought to you
the inventor of Navage nasal care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's therapy. The Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, folks. After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I decided to try it. I know the directions first, press the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much breathing, so much blood, but with merciful air, I can finally breathe in through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life. He's one of those 100,000 all natural almost instant. On Novant, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-656-1970. That's 1-800-656-1970. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-656-1970. That's 1-800-656-1970. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American store, great for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their website to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had two challenges: improve their brand presence and message, and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The result, an integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WebNow1. That's 877-WebNow1.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Lowe's MVP's bonus days are back for pros. Right now, buy a DeWalt 20-volt max power stack battery 2-pack at $199 and get a select DeWalt Bear tool free. Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on all Metabo HPT tools and products. Shop even more savings and bonus points offers during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts if any. Valid 3/20 through 3/31. Subject to change. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And we are not, there's a lady in Mississippi who, well, I get the phone call. I'll tell you about her before I tell you about this other thing. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Doing fine. All right, there, Mr. Ed. Oh, I gave you a little while there. Okay, 8:38 in the morning. We're talking about notice that Alabama State yesterday is hosting a formal opening and celebration of the Montgomery Interpretive Center. Now, to interpret means to explain the meaning of information, words, or action. The evidence is difficult to interpret. That's when, or it means to translate orally or into sign language the words of a person speaking a different language. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the purpose of the interpretive center. Virtually we can have any. Again, it does seem in Alabama, in certain parts of the South, we relish the past, not because of what it teaches us, but because we use the past as an albatross down south. In my mind, it's just strictly my mind. We use the past as an excuse for why we haven't gone as far as we should have gone thus far. Okay, we can always bring up the interpretive center. We can always bring up what happened in the past as a reason. Now, to me, I'm thinking maybe we should use that past to empower our present to make a better future. But we don't seem to do it in the South. I don't know what that's all about. Have we become comfortable making excuses of why we aren't where we need to be as people? And that is a question I've always asked. Again, on Black History Month, what's the discussion for? So that's what I asked. Why are we having the discussion? If we only want to bring these things up to remind us of the past and give us a convenient excuse not to move forward, then I'm not for it. But if we want to have these things, like when I went over to the EJI thing, I really thought I was going to go in there and see a bunch of, okay, Mr. Whitey did this, Mr. Whitey did that, which you did, ain't no doubt about it. But you also saw over there on that wall some white folks who tried their best to help, who sacrificed the same thing some black folks sacrificed. So my question is do we use history as an albatross, or as a leg monitor? As one of those monitors that it always reminds you that you're still in jail. Okay, you may be walking around, but you are still under the control of a probation officer, whatever those people are, and you're not a free man. We seem to have an issue with the concept of freedom. I know it's difficult when you haven't had it for a long time. I've had it my whole life though. And what I've done with it, that's a whole different discussion. But I've had the freedom to make decisions. And I was born in 1957. So when Eisenhower was president of the United States. So I'm just saying, what is the purpose of these interpretive centers? Every time I turn around, we're going to be reminded of what happened back when. I know it happened. Lived through some of it. I'm just wondering, when are we ever going to get the albatross of history off our back so we can experience and be the freedom that our parents and my grandparents went through, and yours too, so we could get something done. Instead of being economically, we're in the same place now we were 100 years ago. Economically, our schools are the worst schools in America, no matter which city you go to. How come? Why? Crime in our communities are higher than crime in any other community, even though we're 12% of the population of America. 12% of the population of America do 50% of the murders in America. Although murder's bad no matter who's doing it. So I'm just saying, are we ever going to allow the weight of history off our back? Let's take a call, then I'll take them last break and I will talk. Good morning, who's this? Yes. And, and you know what they've done? Right, right. But you know, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mhm. And you just made my point. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. You just made my point with the Jewish legacy in this country. They took that terrible past and present in some instances and have empowered themselves with it to the extent that they don't go around begging somebody to give them anything because they have time, they have used their resources for the uplifting of their own people. And all got the wrong interpretation again? Oh. Now, you know, I celebrate it every day. I said I'm the only black guy. Wait a minute, but again, my, we do. How has it empowered us? Wait a minute, not just I ain't complaining. I'm good. I'm not complaining about anything. I'm not whining. I'm merely making an observation. Well, okay, right, right. But he's part of the system now. He's part of the system now, and I understand he still has to work within the system that. Yeah, well, no. He has to work with the system. He has to work with the system that has been laid before him. Exactly. Let me ask something. Why we got so much? Why we got so much killing in our community? Tell me why. Oh, wait a minute. You're gonna blame it on me? They got power. They empowered themselves. I do what makes sense to me. I'm like Judge Hardwick. If it makes sense, I will do it. No, we're doing that. We're doing that. Being a black man in business, I always yes, it is. I've been in business in this town for over 20 something years, and you know the people give me hell. What? Wait a minute. What? No. Black folks have. No. It wasn't white folks wouldn't be in business. So yeah, no. Yes, it has been because I get people that come in my store and say all the time, "Well, it's the same price over there." So no, black folks come in my store and say, okay, well, listen, I know it's not a right, but I know what my albatross is. Okay? I'm just telling you, no, criticize, chastise my own folks, one of the other folks in this town. Well, listen, again, We should take everything that is good and empower ourselves from it. We'll be back. Okay, now Aristotle once said, and I get these great quotes sometimes, but I'll tell you what it said, and it makes sense to me. Okay? It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Now that, my friends, is discussion. Come on, do this. Most of them. Okay, sorry about that. It is 8:53 in the morning. Well, let me give you that key one more time. It said, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Okay. And again, some of the things that are just, some of the things that just got me over the years that I've been down south. Since 90. I lived here long enough, lived in any other place. So this is where I got here when I was 33 years old. And, just coming in the grownhood, when nobody telling me what to do, just get out, so I've been pretty much grown up here. And it does seem to me that that we do spend a lot of time. Actually, I think my mother used to say it one time, or somebody said one time, that the best thing we can do, the most gracious, the most respectful thing that we can do as people to pay back those people who was pursuit of excellence. Not excuses, not IEPs, no, but to be excellent at what we do. That is the best thing. That is the best payment that these older people who are some of leaving us now, pay them back for their sacrifices by being excellent. Not making a different video every day in the school where they fight. Not while we can't watch a comedy show now without the N-word being used. Entertainment. It sucks a lot of it. Excellent. And always remembering what your last name. That's just my fault. Everybody has to take care of it. I'll change my thing. Yeah. Who's this? Good morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yes. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll check it out. All right. Appreciate it. As a matter of fact, to leave you with one more quote, sometimes our greatest weakness is giving up. All we have to do to succeed is get up one more time than we failed for. Don't let our weaknesses over. Don't let the past, don't only extract out of the past that which is negative. There's so many things. And the Jewish people have showed us the way. You take apples, your limits, you make lemonade, and you dare anybody else to knock the lemonade off. But quitting, always harkening back to the past on what happened, that won't do anything for you to leave you at the place that you've always been. That's just my fault. And I'm black. Just in case anybody wants to know, I'm black too. Been black a long time. Been black. I was black when I didn't know I was black. So I'm black. I've been black. I've been black. I've been black a long time. And I'm proud to be black. I am. I'm proud of what I've come through, what I've done, and not so proud of some of the things I've done. So I'm gonna put that in right perspective. Anyway, time's up. We'll check you out tomorrow. The good Lord stays the same.
News Radio 1440.
Monday night and Monday morning, we can going to the national weather service. So we have police are investigating the 25-year-old who Saturday ground lawmakers split votes to elevate the
ULWYAM is News Radio 1440. On 85.1 HPA.
Christian Care Ministry.
See, if something costs the best, people are happier.